I'm back home from Iceland and meeting with CCP as a member of the CSM. And if you don't know what those two three-letter acronyms mean, then I'm kind of wondering why you're here watching this video. I'm not going to explain it, but maybe you'll pick it up on the fly or go back and see stuff from before. We had a weeks-long summit. That's 5 full days of meeting with the devs, and the producers cleared their schedules and spent a lot of time with us, which both indicated they were interested in what I had to say and what we had to say, and also gave a message to the teams that they were listening as well. So it added some gravitas to what we were saying. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I took my book, had a grand time, and managed to tick off a few of the pain points that people have raised with me. I didn't get through all of them because, well, some of them just were never the appropriate time to ask, and others were asked by other CSM members. Some I would reinforce and say, yeah, that, please. There were things I was enthusiastic about and adamant about that need fixing. Whether they get fixed or not is beyond me, but hey, we tried. 2 things. One, these are observations of Iceland as it relates to Eve. Now, the first thing was we got in a cab, 4 of us, with the 5 if you include the cab driver, taking a cab from the hotel over to the Groska, which is the office where CCP is. And the cab driver said, so, where are you all from? Probably expecting United States. Instead, he got Canada, Ireland, Netherlands, France. Eve is an international game. If this hasn't gotten through to you yet, take a look at the localization of languages, take a look at some of the huge organizations and what nominal languages they speak, and you'll begin to understand that English is not the only language. I actually felt fairly stupid in Iceland, being unable to speak more than 1.5 languages, and the 0.5 is mainly saying please, thank you, and where's the bathroom, and 2 more beers over here, please. Dos cervezas, por favor. Second thing, and this is important in relation between Iceland culture and how they treat things and EVE Online. In Iceland, there was a volcano while we were there. Very cool. We could see it in the distance. And I talked to a couple of CCP devs who said with the previous volcano of a few weeks, months ago, they hiked out to see it. It's about a 6-kilometer hike if you start from a certain point. And at about the 3-kilometer mark, there's tape and there's Icelandic emergency services saying, please do not go further than this. They said, we just want to go take pictures. And the Icelandic emergency people said, oh, okay, go ahead. They believe that safety is your problem, not theirs. Iceland will have hot springs, like volcanic level, the geyser, and a little rope that far off the ground that says, danger, the water on the other side of this is boiling. Don't go in it. That's it for safety. It is your problem and your lookout to make yourself safe. Now, if you don't see how this relates to EVE Online, you haven't been playing long enough. But basically, it's the same thing with gankers. They are not going to get rid of gankers in HiSec. It is one of the dangers of HiSec and the rest of the game, but it is your problem to learn to live around them and maneuver past them and not be ganked. It is not their problem to pad everything, put up safety lines and bars and guards who say, stop, you cannot go further than this, it is not safe. If you want to go stand on the lava, go ahead. Your life. Which, by the way, if you Google people standing on lava, you will find images of people standing on lava flows that are live. Dumb, but it's there. So, EVE is international. EVE does not hold your hand. The devs were very nice and we had a great time, and we did manage to tick off a few boxes in our various wants. Usually the way it went was we had a, quote, little things but pain points meeting, and we went around the table, and each of the CSM would bring up 2, 3, maybe 4 things, and if when the lap finished, I had a couple more to toss in because I had a list. Thank you very much for those of you who contributed. Last thing, this is not, just because we've had the summit and that's it for the CSM, does not mean that we've stopped talking to the devs. So if you still have things you want brought forward, still have things you want me to take a look at, I'm not sure when the election is. I'm fairly sure it's not in the spring, so odds are on it'll probably be somewhere in the fall. So I'm still one of your CSM reps for a few more months yet. If you got things you want to talk about, post it down below, contact me on Twitter, contact me with email in game. People who have will tell you, yeah, Mike usually does answer. Doesn't always say yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir, but he does answer. Other than that, I hope you're having a marvelous February, and I'll try to do another one of these in a little while, but no promises on schedule. You have yourself a good one. Laters.